Essays on Untouchables and Untouchability Social by Sahib Ambedkar. Chapter 2 2. Of the attempts made to indicate the right to take water from the public watering places, it is enough to mention the case of the Chowdhury tank. This Chowdhury tank is situated in the town of Mahad in the Kolaba district of Bombay Presidency. The tank is a vast expanse of water mainly fed by the rains and a few natural springs. The sides of the tank are embanked. Around the tank there are small strips of land on all sides belonging to private individuals. Beyond this strip of land lies the municipal road which surrounds the tank, and beyond the roads are houses owned by the Untouchables. The tank lies in the heart of the Hindu quarters and is surrounded by Hindu residents. This tank is an old one and no one knows who built it or when it was built. But in 1869, when a municipality was established by the government for the town of Mahad, it was handed over to the municipality by the government and has since been treated as a municipal, that is a public tank. Mahad is a business center. It is also the headquarters of a taluk. The Untouchables, either for purposes of doing their shopping and also for the purposes of their duty as village servants, had to come to Mahad to deliver to the taluka officer either the correspondence sent by village officials or to pay government revenue collected by village officials. This Chowdhury tank was the only public tank from which an outsider could get water, but the Untouchables were not allowed to take water from it. The only source of water for the Untouchables was the well in the untouchable quarters in the town of Mahad. This well was at some distance from the center. It was quite choked as well on account of its neglect by the municipality. The Untouchables, therefore, were suffering a great hardship in the matter of water. This continued till matters got going. In 1923, the Legislative Council of Bombay passed a resolution to the effect that the untouchable classes be allowed to use all public watering places, wells, dharmshalas, which are built and maintained out of public funds or are administered by bodies appointed by government or created by statutes, as well as public schools, courts, offices, and dispensaries. Government accepted the resolution and issued the following orders. In pursuance of the foregoing Council's resolution, the Government of Bombay are pleased to direct that all heads of offices should give effect to the resolution so far as it related to the public places, institutions belonging to and maintained by government. The collectors should be requested to advise the local bodies in their jurisdiction to consider the desirability of accepting the recommendations made in the resolution. In accordance with this order of the government, the collector of Kolaba forwarded a copy thereof to the Mahad municipality for consideration. The Mahad municipality passed a resolution on 5th January 1924 to the effect that the municipality had no objection to allow the Untouchables to use the tank. Soon after this resolution was passed, there was held at Mahad a conference of Untouchables of the Kolaba district over which I presided. The conference met for 2 days, the 18th and 20th of March 1927. This was the first conference of the Untouchables held in the Kolaba district. Over 2,500 Untouchables attended and there was great enthusiasm. On the first day, I delivered my presidential address in which I exhorted them to fight for their rights, give up their dirty and vicious habits, and rise to full manhood. Thereafter, high caste Hindus who were present and who held out that they were the friends of the Untouchables addressed the gathering and told the Untouchables to be bold and exercise the right that is given to them by law. With this, the proceedings of the first day were closed. The subject committee met at night to consider the resolution to be moved in open conference the next day. In the subject committee, attention was drawn by some people to the fact that there was great difficulty at Mahad for the Untouchables in the matter of obtaining water for drinking purposes, and that this difficulty was felt particularly by members of the reception committee of the conference, which had to spend rupees 15, an enormous amount, to employ caste Hindus to dole out water in sufficient quantity to satisfy the needs of those who had attended the conference. Next day, on the 20th, the conference met about 9 in the morning. The resolutions agreed upon in the subject committee were moved and passed by the conference. It took about 3 hours in all. In the end, one of my co-workers, in moving a vote of thanks to the president and others who had helped to make the conference a success, referred to the question of the difficulty in the matter of getting water and exhorted the Untouchables present to go to the tank and exercise their right to take water from Chowdhury tank, especially as the municipality had by resolution declared it open to the Untouchables and that their Hindu friends were ready to help them. The Hindus who had exhorted them to be bold and begin fearlessly to exercise their rights instantly realized this was a bombshell and immediately ran away. But the effect upon the Untouchables was very different. They were electrified by this call to arms. To a man, they rose, and the body of 2,500 untouchables, led by me and my co-workers, marched in a procession through the main streets. The news spread like wildfire, while crowds thronged the streets to witness it. The end.